Hello everybody, my name is Minor Review. Today I'm going to be reviewing this new Logic and Juicy J album, Live and in Color. I think it's what it's called, but yeah, I don't know what I listened to. I don't know if it was good, I don't know if it was bad. It was a very, I don't know if y'all hear the thunder and stuff, but it's just raining where I'm at, you know what I mean? And yeah, so the first song, Live and in Color. But before I go over any song, there were little parts throughout the album called like Discussion 1, Discussion 2, Discussion 3. I don't know why they would add that. I think it would be to run the runtime, make it 40 minutes. But like, it felt like I was listening to a podcast throughout like half the album. It didn't, I don't know why. It was just such a bad like addition to add to the album. They only went over like maybe one topic that was like really important, not just to me, but like a lot of people, and it was like AI taking over and taking people's jobs in like the music industry. That's like the only like one that I thought was good other than this other one. They talked about how Logic's black, which is haha funny, he just says the N-word, which is like, I don't know, I don't want to throw my thoughts and input on that, but Live and in Color, it's a really solid introduction to the album. Got like an 8 out of 10, it's on my playlist. Get Right, talks to Juicy J, he's talking about how, like, you should probably get right with God before you do something terrible, but even if you do something terrible, you're still with God, it's whatever. And then we get to Discussion 1. They had a really clean transition to every discussion. It still had a really good transition into the song, but like the discussion just ruined it. Like, I don't know why they would add that. It's still all right, whatever. Big Bag Talk, a 9 out of 10, a really decent start, and then it had like midway through the song, it had an incredible beat switch. Amazing song. I really liked Big Bag Talk. That one's also on the playlist. The Problem, a 10 out of 10 song. Amazing. It's an amazing song, and it had the first Logic verse out of the whole album. Really good song. And then Shame, another 10 out of 10. A really good Logic performance. Once again, just like the last song, which was, really good. And also, Logic produced I think every song on this album, because it's a collab album, but the production was a lot better than I thought. I've never listened to a Logic album, and for this being my first one, not too bad. But he did mostly just produce it, so I gotta listen to his other stuff. If you want to see me review his other stuff, then yeah, I'll do that. And yeah, then We Live, or is it We Live? I don't know. I like the sound from the production, and I like Juicy J's performance on this album, or on that song. And then on the fourth discussion is something I had to go over, because it made me laugh out loud. It was so bad. At this point, I was getting so tired of like the constant like podcast feeling I got from the discussions. And then Juicy J compared him and Logic to Michael Jackson. He was like, yeah, Michael Jackson, a legend, I'm a legend, yeah, and you a legend, Logic, like, we both like legends. Who's gonna tell him that Logic and Juicy J are not legends? Might be legends depending on who you are, like if you're a fan of them in like the rap game. But all-time legend music artists? No. He is not Michael Jackson. They are nowhere close to Michael Jackson's up here. Logic and Juicy J, below screen. They're off screen. It's how far off they are. That just made me mad. And then Kill 4, 7 out of 10 song. It was just a pretty good song overall. Just none really stood out to me, but the song's still on my playlist. And then And Did, I hated this song. 0 out of 10. L. Like I couldn't. That song was so hard to get through. I was looking every 5 seconds on my phone to see like, when is the song gonna end? That's how It went through a pretty rough time in this album for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 songs on this album was terrible. Like, get through, listen, really bad. Flowers was a very mid song. It was an okay production, but Juicy J had a pretty mid performance, which brought it down to 5 out of 10. Discussion 6 talked about some freaky stuff. 0 out of 10. Flowers. Flowers. 20 years later, the album was falling off at this point. I was like, why am I like, this is such a bad song. 5 out of 10. Mid once again. Bars. Fame, a 6 out of 10. It felt like very corny to me. A lot of this album, well, it's Logic. So, corny. It's gonna get thrown around this album. But, yeah. Fame was pretty corny. And then Black Rothstein, I don't know. It was a good performance from Juicy J and pretty good production from Logic. It got a 7 out of 10, which is what they really needed. And then I Need a Hug, which Juicy J kind of talks about his mom, how she passed. So sad, R.I.P. Juicy J's mom. And then it got an 8 out of 10. It was just him being vulnerable and talking about his feelings about how his mom died. Pretty good song. And then Discussion 8, they were both just being kind of cornballs. And now we're at the album rating. 6.14 out of 10. 6.14 out of 10. It's the 20th worst album out of the 25 that I've reviewed. Only 5 albums have been worse, so it's nice. But yeah, overall, this album was an album. Say that. There was hits, there was highs and there was lows in this album. It was beginning to fall off towards the end of the album, but then like the last 4 songs were kind of bangers. So yeah. Live and in Color, 6.14 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching this. If you want to go watch my last review, it's Dopamine, Lil Tecca's new album, fire. Go watch that, and then yeah, like and subscribe for another album review. I know that it's corny, but please just do it. Comment down below what album I should review next, and thank y'all. It's fun. Bye.